Good morning. How are you? It's a lovely day, isn't it? It's a good Wednesday. First point of order. No buy does not mean no Christmas. We are doing Christmas. We're doing Christmas big. We're just not giving our money to corporate interests for Christmas. That's not what we're doing. We're just not. We're not buying the latest gadget, the most expensive whatever. We're not buying new TVs. We're not buying new stuff. We're not shopping, oh my God, down jackets for $1,200. That's not happening. So if you have that in your store inventory right now, I'm afraid you're going to have to eat that. So that's what we're doing, okay? If you want to make gifts for other people, you want to shop local, you want to support other artists, you want to, whatever, man. There's all kinds of ways around it. The same way we all got around Chuck Schumer's non-endorsement of Mayor-elect Mamdani. He doesn't have to. Chuck Schumer doesn't have to endorse anybody. We don't even care. I think people should stop asking him what his opinion is. I don't generally give him or Pelosi the time of day simply because they're not the reason why farmers can't sell their soybeans. They're just not. They are not the reason why, as much as Marjorie Taylor Greene wants to bang out about it, why health insurance is in the shitter. We didn't have health insurance before President Obama. People like me. We didn't get that. We're not, we don't matter enough to be allowed to live in this country. So, because before the Affordable Care Act, insurance companies could deny you for pre-existing conditions. A pre-existing condition is pregnancy. It is anxiety, depression, and they can refuse to pay for, really, you take Prozac or Wellbutrin, your insurance company would have the right to not pay for those medications for a full year. And then maybe. And then even then it would depend, right? So if you were a smoker, overweight, those are pre-existing conditions. And so the insurance company could decide that they don't need to pay for any of that stuff because that happened before you had insurance with us. So we don't have to insure that. Never mind, it's your health, and that's why you're paying for it. So a lot of us would be left in the cold, and we'd either die or we'd go bankrupt, or both. Probably bankrupt and then die. Problem is, we shouldn't have insurance companies. I do remember back then the GOP kept banging on about government death panels that were going to make decisions about your grandma being alive or dead. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable with somebody like a school board making that decision than a corporate board with financial interests in my death, right? They want to exploit my body. They want to harvest as much wealth out of it as they can. Make as much money as they can. And then, hopefully I'll just go away and stop bothering them. And once they've made as much profit as they can make. That or, I think the long game is that they want to mistreat you until they've run you into the ground, and hopefully you end up in a nursing home and on Medicaid, and then they can just keep harvesting that money too. Like I have such a shitty view on the whole American medical system. I can't even tell you. I can't. I generally don't appreciate doctors and nurses. I don't like the way they fucking talk to us. Sorry, I'm off topic, aren't I? I'm really hoping that this will shake things up. My biggest fear, though, is that we all have a whole nother year. But here's the thing. It's going to go by very fast, very quickly. January is going to be here tomorrow. We're going to get through Thanksgiving and Christmas like that. And then it'll be March, and I'll start growing again for the garden. And then summer goes by very fast. And we all have to be sort of campaigning and informing, all of us, all the time. Okay, I'm not going to depend on the Democratic National Party. We need all of us to do this ourselves. They need to stop asking me for money at the DNC. Full stop. I gave you a fuck ton of money the last time. You need to stop. Go ask Mike Bloomberg for money. Go ask Bill Gates for money. Go ask Melinda for money. Go ask somebody else for the money. Our lives need to change on the ground, man. Stop this. Oh, did I mention? No buy. Did I say point of order? No buy does not mean no Christmas. We're having Christmas. We're just going around corporate America to do it. We don't need them for that. We never did. What should we do today? I have a fake tree, an old artificial I've had for quite some time. I'm going to put it up. Not today. I'm trying to like rein myself in so I don't get nuts. We've got things to do around here. And if I set up a tree, things are going to get in the way. And so I want to wait. I should probably wait till about Thanksgiving. So, sorry, I'm just on cloud nine right now. Please don't get complacent over the next year. I don't think we'll have the opportunity to. I know that the GOP is probably a little nervous right now this morning, as they should be. Because unless they can steal or pay for votes, they can't win. They can't. If we all show up, like, dude, 78% of like American interests are actually aligned with the left. They really are. Sensible gun laws, the right to bodily autonomy, some rent control. Can we not have corporate investment boards buying up 20% of the housing, please? That needs to stop. That needs to stop. We need to tax the wealthy. We need to go back down to those tax rates that existed when FDR put them in place. The policies that lifted the middle class out of poverty and created the world's largest middle, for the first time ever. That didn't exist on this planet, a middle class that thrived. It was mostly just landed gentry and peasants. That's all there was prior to that. Disguised as, I don't know what, over here in the US. It was always just landed gentry and serfdom prior to FDR. And he came in and said, funny thing too is the GOP loves to claim Teddy, FDR's cousin. Actually, Evelyn was Teddy's favorite niece. Those people are related in so many different ways because that's what nobility and royalty families see. That Roosevelt family is like an old family, and old families marry themselves. I mean, if you look at the heads of state in Europe, especially at World War I, they were all cousins. They're all related. They're marrying their cousins. They're giving birth to more cousins. Like, yeah, ever hear of the Habsburg chin? That's from inbreeding. Anyway, Google it. It's fun. Anyway, where am I going with any of this? FDR. And Teddy Roosevelt, the Republican, who in today's standards wouldn't be considered a Republican. I don't believe so. That man was a very much more pro-worker, anti-monopoly. He was a monopoly buster. He didn't believe that the railroad should make a whole bunch of money off of farmers moving their goods. He didn't think that was right. He believed the person who should make the profit is the person who grew the wheat or baked the pie. He gave this really cute example about somebody baking a pie and selling it, right? and the railroad taking 90%. The railroad didn't have anything to do with that buy. They just moved it, right? Like it's not, but back then you had these huge conglomerates that owned everything all the way down, the production lines all the way down, which kind of reminds me of our healthcare system. Like my health insurance company is the same one that has its name branded on the local hospital. So they're just getting paid, 17 different ways, whether I get treated or not. I don't even know what I've said. I'm going to have to start keeping notes. So I'm going to do a little 3-card pull for the day. For the whole day. This is not me. This is not you personally. I don't believe the collective. This is just what's happening on the ground. What can we expect? Yesterday's 3-card pull turned out to be true. I do hear the GOP is getting a little nervous. They want to call off the shutdown. And they will probably try and write some continuing resolution that will save their ass through November 26th. Like funding healthcare. Now, that being said, the big, beautiful bill already wrote all that out. So they would have to go back and find the money somewhere. And I don't think that they're willing to take it away from their billionaire buddies. So unless they raise the tax rate on all of us to cover the loss, do you know what I'm saying? Like, where are they going to find the money? They wrote it out already. It's gone. It's gone. Plus, I don't think their fucking daddy's going to let them, my husband doesn't think he won. Okay, I know that there was a lot of voter suppression and there was a lot of misinformation and oh my God, right? Like just a deluge of bullshit. They're eating the dogs. Nobody was voting on eggs. Nobody was voting on eggs. Everybody was voting on they're eating the dogs. Americans. Dude, white Americans. You fucking supremacists. You're so supreme. What the fuck you scared for all the time? You're like terrified all the time. You're so supreme. You're so superior. You got all the guns. You got all the intellect, supposedly. You're easily manipulated. So easily manipulated. So easily manipulated. You're so easily fed a lie and scared by it. So scared by it. They're eating the dogs. Are they? Go fucking look. Nobody's eating the fucking dogs. Nobody. The cats, the pets, that's not a thing. That's not happening. And do you mean to tell me, white America, that if some neighbor across the street was cooking up his cat, that you wouldn't have words? Are you that much of a pussy? As if some random ass guy across the street from me was cooking up his puppy, I would have words. But you know what? That's not a thing. It doesn't happen. But you're also, fuck man, you know what I mean? Like, and in my heart, I know like you don't actually believe that, but you want to. Because you want to be able to be racist. And sad and pathetic. That you're not superior. You're fucking ridiculous. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Have you seen the shit you fucking put on? Dude, you guys are wearing like maxi pads on your ears and shit. Like you're beyond ridiculous. If we were all drowning, I would swim right past you. That one's not worth saving. I'm not. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to be that kind of person. And I hate that they make me be that kind of person. Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. What happened to the space lasers? What happened to the weather manipulation? What happened to the... Dear God. How are you so fucking dumb? How does that happen? You know, I've been thinking about it lately, actually. Actually, I have been thinking about this. Because a lot of people want to talk about the GOP or his supporters as a cult. It's a cult. They're all in a cult. I'm not familiar with cults, but I am familiar with addiction. Very familiar with that. Come from a great big family full of addicts and alcoholics. And some of us went on to educate ourselves about addicts and alcoholics and work in that shit and figure it all out, or try to, because we're all just bumbling around. Anyway, here's my point. Even my own self, I have realized with social media, especially, you get positive feedback from people, and my God, I mean, that is some kind of juice, man. Like, I am on cloud nine. I get somebody, a creator that I love and admire, or a channel that they have that I peek in, and I really, like, I love the company, right? Like, I love it. And that person will follow me back. I won't sleep for 3 days. Like, I'm on cloud nine. They like a comment that I posted. That makes me feel good. Not only does it make me feel good, but it makes me stronger. It makes me more confident. I'm out here talking now. And a lot of that is largely due to the warm welcome, right? That feels good. That feels really good. And so I can see how it would be easy to become addicted to the juice. And not only that, so here's the thing. So then if you're trafficking in hateful circles and you're getting positive reinforcement for tweeting out hateful, racist rape jokes, and then all your buddies are like, yeah, we love you, it's fucking funny, right? You're going to want to keep doing that. It reinforces your behavior. Plus, here's the thing with addicts. So not only do they have to detox from the drug, 9 times out of 10, they have to remove themselves from that community. Think about alcoholics. They can't go to the bar anymore. They have to stop drinking, and they also have to give up their friends. So it's very lonely. So anyway, what am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Quite frankly, they need to do the work on their own. We don't need to do anything for them. If they want to detox and find new community, they can do that. That's up to them. We can't do that for them. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. When they're ready to get sober and clean and they want to not act like a jackass, I have an uncle who has been what do they call those? A sponsor? I'm not in AA, so I'm not a friend of, what the fuck do they call him? Bill? I'm a friend of Bill's. I'm not a friend of Bill. So I'm not bound by any of that, like the anonymous shit. Anyway, he's still a prick. That guy's been sober for 40, 50 years. 30, 40. I know it's been 30, but dude. Calls at my mother to wish her a happy 72-year birthday, and then proceeds to talk about how he's a man with a penis and she's a woman with a vagina and there is no other thing. And all I could think was like, well, happy birthday to you too, motherfucker. Dude, brainwashed. Addicted to hate. He's addicted. He needed that juice. He needed that fix. He was willing to go for it anywhere he could. Right? That hate juice. Boy, that feels good. Where am I going with any of this? I don't know. I'm really excited about yesterday. Yesterday was a good time. Yesterday was a really good time. Virginia was a really good time. That is telling. I mean, I get Mom Donnie winning in New York City is a very big deal because they kicked out the old guard. It's a new, younger, oh, Jesus Christ, full of hope and life and promise. But that doesn't necessarily tell us all about national, right? Like national politics and what will change. New York is not, you guys are already blue. You're already pretty blue. So you all can split hairs all day long. Some of these lefties in blue states are like, vote blue no matter who. That's how we got, I don't know who the hell they got. Somebody, they're all mad. Well, that's fine. That's a luxury you have, see. We don't have that out here in the sticks. Vote blue no matter who. You do not vote for Republican no matter what. So you got a problem with your own Candidates, you take it up with them. That's your business. That's your local election. You deal with it. But never, never, never do you justify a vote for the red, because they're just here to steal from us. They're here to be lazy and have us pay their wages and boost their investment accounts and make life better for them. That's all they're after. They don't care about us. God, this sounds very depressing, doesn't it? I'm full of hope. I can't even see straight. Did I mention we're still having Christmas? Bigger, better, louder, all the Christmas carols. We're just not doing it for corporate. That's all. They need to be left out in the cold for a while. They need to learn a lesson. That we were not put on this planet to prop up their bottom line. Full stop. They want to have a business, then they need to go run their business. That's not my job. That's not my job. I'm not here to shop. Let's do a 3-card pull. Yesterday's turned out. What if I'm overly excited and I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Wait, November is 11, right? 2. 5 is a 7, plus a 9. 16 is a 7. What is a 7? Isn't that like a heaven number? Not heaven, but like a spiritual growth expansion. What does 7 mean? I'm just curious. I don't know it off the top of my head, actually. Why do I feel like I don't bump into 7s very often? 2s. I'm forever bumping into 2s. I've been seeing 2s since I was young. Maybe it's my birthday. It's just a thing, you know? You just pick up on it. How are you today? Are you good? Sorry, you probably can't see this, but I'm doing this. I'm getting sick and tired of waiting. That's okay. All right. For Wednesday, somebody's going to have a meltdown. Not me. 3, 2, 1. What's going on today? What's going on today? I wish you could see this. Like sitting on the bed is probably not the most ideal place to do this. Okay, need to cut my deck. Okay, pull that top card off of there. I don't think this is money. I think this is a gift of a new legacy. Inspiration for a new legacy. Right? It's wealth. I mean, I don't know, maybe they'll turn the government back on and we'll, I don't know. Why would, I don't know. Why would that matter? Is that going to help grocery prices? Here we go. Second card. Be wary of complacency. Okay? If the GOP is nervous and they're like, okay, we're going to turn the government on and we promise we're going to give you your health care. You can keep it. And we're going to give you your food stamps. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fed. Don't worry. And we won't take any of it away from you until November 2026 after we win again. I don't know. Maybe that's not what the reading is, but okay. Third card. This one, this isn't, this is taking a knee before you go into battle. Meditating, right? You ever see warriors, soldiers, just take a minute, just gather their thoughts, a minute, a day, right? Maybe sometimes we need several weeks. We have a year to sort of meditate, gather strength before you go out and execute that whatever plan it is that you've been working on. Taking a rest. I don't know. Here's the thing, too. I mean, the whole thing about shopping is I don't really need anything anymore, right? Especially when Christmas gifts, like my in-laws who are all on fixed incomes, my mother, my parents, right? Like, they'll ask, what do you need for Christmas? I don't need anything anymore. God, I'm like 50 years old. Everything I own. I own all my stuff. I don't need it. So, anyway, what's underneath it all? Oof. That's that King of Wands in reverse. He's having a meltdown, man. I wouldn't doubt it. If they're... I don't know. Is he going to lash out? Right? Like, that's kind of like an abusive... I don't know. What was that? There was a movie with Robert De Niro and what's the kid's name? He's not a kid now. He's as old as me. Leonardo DiCaprio. What was it? This Boy's Life? It was based on a writer. What is his name? Wolf? I think his last name is Wolf. Anyway, very interesting movie. Robert De Niro played a stepdad who was quite abusive. That's what I see with that. So I don't know. He might take it out on us because his ego is going to be so slighted by the rejection. We do not like you, GOP. We don't like the Republican Party. We do not like what it stands for. We don't want it. We do not want it. And no matter how many times they lie to us and, rewrite boundary lines, and it doesn't matter how many times they get elected, we still don't like them, right? Like, they get elected on a false premise. They tell us lies. They're not honest. And, and I don't care. You can scream all you want to about how the Dems do the same thing for you. Not here, they don't to me. I haven't had a Democratic elected official in my life in quite some time. So I can't blame them for anything that happens here. I certainly can't blame them because the farmers can't sell soybeans. I don't know. Anyway, if you sat here and listened to me ramble for the last 28 minutes, I'm really glad you're here. You have a good day.